If you're an advisor or sales agent that's been resisting or procrastinating creating video content on a regular basis, you're going to want to stick around for this week's episode of the Digital Advisor Weekly.
You want to really believe in how marketing works? Make a great video, target it properly, get hundreds of thousands of people to see quite a bit of it, and then remarket them for a call to action and watch how many convert. You'll believe in marketing for the rest of your life.
Welcome to the Digital Advisor Weekly broadcast. Looking to boost your business with the latest trends, innovative tech, and must-have resources? Join us to discover how to successfully scale your practice and automate the process. Here to guide you is your host, the dynamic leader of Advisor Marketing Hub and managing partner at American Financial, Rob Souza.
Thank you for joining us for this week's episode. If you are an advisor, sales agent, or virtual assistant joining us on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, we encourage you to engage with us by using the comment section to ask any questions or request any resources that you may be interested in. But to get started, I'd encourage you to go ahead and put in the state, country, province that you're from and your name so that we can welcome you to this week's episode. And at the end of this episode, I promise you, we're going to give away a free resource, a 7-step process, super simple, where you can take 7 60-second video segments from your own digital phone and you can turn them into weekly live broadcasts that could then be integrated into a sales funnel that can generate anywhere from 3 to 4 leads per week on an ongoing basis. So let's pick up from last week's conversation.
People want to do business with people, not data, content, articles. They want to get to know you. And the way to get somebody to like, know, and trust you is to have a conversation. If you can't have that conversation face to face, you want to open your market to nationwide and don't want to be flying around the country, then you've got to learn how to do it in digital format, in video, and then it can be repurposed into audio as well.
I usually at this point would start off each broadcast with giving you some evidence, sharing with you why this is a legitimate problem that needs to be solved. As AI takes over our industry and we have to own our own brand to avoid being commoditized, then you've got to create your own sense of authority, and video is something that you can do to make that happen. So step 1, after you do your introductions, you want to establish authority. So let's go to Dr. Terry Tripp to see how he does that.
Okay, guys.
Okay, so that's not what I was expecting, because I have used that method in the past, but we continue to learn. And as you'll find, your first set of videos are not going to be perfected. They're going to have lots of imperfections, but that makes it authentic. So why do we resist? Why do we procrastinate? Well, there's lots of reasons why. Most of it is because that we're afraid. We have fear of being on camera, making mistakes, looking bad, especially on the internet, with all the social pressure that we have today, cancel culture. We have so many advisors that are intimidated, sales agents intimidated to get on camera and just be authentic. And I always love to refer to Shannon Bain for a few ideas on how to address this issue.
3 things you can do to allow you to speak more confidently. The first thing you need to do is cut out your filler words. I'm talking the ums, ahs, and likes. If you feel the need to add them in, I would simply recommend that you pause and then proceed with your thought. The second tip to speaking more confidently is to speak your truth. There is nothing that will trip people up more than when they're speaking about things that they don't feel aligned with or that they don't necessarily have the knowledge base on. Find what works for you and speak into that, and you will automatically be able to speak with better confidence. The third thing that you need to do to speak more confidently is to simply increase your energy. Even if you aren't feeling the most confident at your core, you need to trick yourself into thinking that you are. Play with the way that you're using your words. Incorporate hand gestures. As a result of this, you are going to automatically come across more confidently. Really try to apply these tips the next time you go to record.
The most important takeaway is to just get started. Be yourself. You have to practice and fail forward to get better each time. There's even technology, virtual assistants, artificial intelligence that can help you speed up the learning curve. But at the end of the day, you still have to be yourself on camera. And the more natural you are, even with your imperfections, actually makes you more relatable. Because believe it or not, the viewer is more insecure than you are. Believe it or not. And when they feel like they can relate to you, then they feel comfortable watching and trusting your content. It helps them to get to know you, like you, and trust you. So let's go to Brett Harper with a few more ideas on how to have that perfect mix that creates authenticity.
Because I feel as though I can analyze it with the benefit of 25 years of doing it. I think it's something to do with like a little bit of intelligence, a little bit of humor, a little bit of unsought awkwardness. Like I think that's part of it, like just being a little bit awkward, a little bit of sort of authenticity or whatever that is, like just sort of feeling like, I think maybe that same thing of not really fully chasing it or fully sort of needing it, oddly enough, is almost it's like to go through the door, you have to not want to go through the door too much.
I love Brett's perspective because it really truly is about a balance. Because if you're if you're more of any one of those elements, it begins to feel fake, inauthentic. People become suspicious. They want to see some vulnerability and know that you're real and genuine and that you're being honest with people. And gone are the days of wearing the Rolex watch and driving the $100,000 car to try and impress and create authority through image. Because now with social media, people see past that. They can easily do research and validate anything that you say or that you do or that you present online. So I encourage you to take a deep breath, be yourself, and have a healthy mix of humor, authenticity, some authority. And when you do that, people will connect with you. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to quickly go through the 7 segments that I typically use when I help an advisor or sales agent create a weekly video or broadcast. And so we're going to start with segment 1. And if you haven't noticed, you will notice as we go through these slides that I have followed this exact outline, segment by segment, for this video that I created today. Segment 1, I did a personal introductory where I talked about the problem and who is struggling with this problem and how we can provide a legitimate solution to that problem. In segment 2, and of course in segment 1, we did a pre-recorded broadcast introduction that we do that's rerun every single week. It's about 20 seconds long to introduce and do introductions, so we don't have to. And then segment 2, we get into the live welcome. That's where we get into the encouraging people to engage with chat, which, if you haven't noticed, you'll see my team and myself engaging on chat as much as we possibly can to answer questions during the live broadcast, which creates community and authenticity as well. Then I typically will recap any previous conversations, videos, or episodes that may build on today's content. And then, of course, for the authenticity, I try and include some sort of a video clip, image, slide, because it shows your preferences. As I pick out video clips or images or testimonials, whatever it is that I choose to show as a short video clip, it just is the opportunity for you to showcase your personality, your preferences, your humor, and a short video clip of somebody else. And if you can actually get live people to send you video clips, it's even better. I try and do it every week. Sometimes I run out of time, and I just have to use some of my coaches and mentors that I follow online on YouTube. And then, of course, in segment 2, which is the welcome, you want to go ahead and preface the call to action. Now, in today's video, the call to action was that I would give you this 7-segment outline that you can use. You can download it for free. You don't even have to give up your information. Just click on the link in the show notes. You'll get a free document. You can download it, and you can follow this outline to simplify the process. Now, all you have to do is create a video clip that is at least 60 seconds long for each segment, and then you can use a virtual assistant and automation to do all of the rest for you, unless you're savvy and you don't mind using Canva or an editing tool to be able to do it for you. All right, segment 3, that's your evidence. That's where you start out by making the case for why the problem really exists and what are the repercussions of those problems if they are not solved. And you're setting up your ability to be able to provide them a unique solution. Again, I'm adding a video clip, image, or slide. Try and incorporate your personality as best as you can, and you'll get better and better at it the more episodes that you do. Segment 4, now this is your perspective. So you gave evidence, third-party evidence of the problem. Now you're giving your narrative, your perspective, your bias on the particular issue, and you're building your case for why you think people need to pay attention to this problem and the solution that you're going to provide in your video. And you're going to see it, so I'm not going to repeat it, that I try and add something, even if it's just a GIF in every single segment, to break it up and make it a little bit more entertaining. And also try and check in with the attendees of your live event, or have someone do it with you as you do your episodes, and that will create more engagement. You also can send out an invitation for people to ask questions in advance, and then you can answer them live during your broadcast, which is super engaging as well. Segment 5, this is your opportunity to make your case for your unique solution, and sometimes it's called USP, unique sales proposition. We try not to use that term with our prospects. We really just want to focus on providing them a solution to a legitimate problem. All right, segment 6. Now you're going to teach the solution. And that's the segment we're in right now. I'm going through the 6 steps that are totally simplified, where if you just created a 60-second video on each segment, then you could have an easy outline to follow each week, where you could create in under 30 minutes. If you follow the outline, you use AI, and especially if you use a virtual assistant, you could do this in under 30 minutes a week. And I know because we have dozens of clients that are doing this on a regular basis with the help of a virtual assistant and automation and artificial intelligence. And then segment 7, that's your close. And so you're going to summarize the value of the solution that you have presented. And usually you'll pitch to some sort of a kind of more comprehensive sales presentation, masterclass, webinar, phone call, introductory phone call, whatever it is that you want to upsell or call your audience to action. Then this is where you're going to circle back. At the beginning of today's show, I dropped that hint that at the end of today's episode, I'd give you this 7-step outline. Again, it's in the show notes. And we'll also put it in the comments. You can just click on the link and download it. We don't even require any information. So the takeaway from today's episode is just get started. Just start recording 10-minute, 6 or 7 60-second segments, which will create about a 10-minute video, take you about 30 minutes a week if you use the assistance of a virtual assistant, which is extremely affordable when you take a look at Upwork or Fiverr or any of the other solutions out there for hiring people around the world who are very, very talented at this. And the technology that's out there that can take your content, it can pull out filler words, it can change your eye contact. There is so much technology that is happening so fast, you'd be shocked. But jump in and get started, because the only way to get good at what you do is to just start doing it and learn from your analytics what content works and what content doesn't work. So thank you for joining today's episode. Download the outline, get started, and please share it with us, and we'll make sure that we engage, subscribe, and add views to your videos.